women empowerment. Let's get it, girl. She's a freaking angel. The dog's not pleased. My girl, why? Hey, Sweet from Tiny Wave TV, and this is my The Rose of Versailles Journal. We're now halfway through the show, and I'm suffering. When I was writing this script, I was suffering from all the feels. Now that I'm recording, I am suffering from the feels, plus a very sore throat. So anyway, allons-y, even though it hurts. Starting out episode 11 with Marie and her antics. I mean, what's new? Girlie has taken this whole queen thing, not just wrong, but wrong. All caps, red, gothic font, or maybe chiller. That fits too. Thankfully, we got a killer action scene with my girl Oscar and my boy Andre. I mean, woo! Look at that. Then came the news of the promotion, and my girl is at it again, saying things that make me wanna...
ただいま、我がフランスは決して財政が豊かというわけではございません。年俸は現在のままで結構です。
My wise girl. Marie should take a page out of her book, but unfortunately, she's just getting it wrong. Oscar's actions and words should be steering her towards her duties as queen, but instead, she's over here like, why isn't Oscar accepting my gifts? Like, I get it. She's a giver. She shows care and love by giving, and maybe to her, it seems like Oscar is closed off to her. If only she'd stop floating on feelings and tune into reality. Anyway, the new uniform! Then we got the queen stressing out the staff, ditching all her responsibilities, because nothing, not a single thing matters when you got a Swedish ikemen at your door.
ねえ、フェルゼ、ちょっと悪気になりません？
いけない。だが、なんということだ。こうやってアントワネット様のおそばにいるだけで、アントワネット様の美しさに私は何も言えなくなってしまう。
Oh my god.
どうしたの、フェルゼ？さあ、ご一緒に。
Boys will be boys, huh? Even if you all come with high specs and on-demand glitter.
お前、寂しくないのか？女の身でそのような格好をして、女としての幸せも知らずに青春を送るのか？
First of all, the joys of being a woman. Girl, what? I've been a woman for as long as I can remember. I was still a woman last time I checked. Where are the joys? And second of all,
寂しいと感じたこともないし、今のままで幸せだと思っている。
looks like my girl is in the same boat with Misty on denial. But I'm starting to think it's not really the case with Andre. Let's talk about it when we get there. I'm wondering, what if Oscar hadn't stepped in here? Does she actually make things worse? You know what they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, all that jazz. What if she let them fall? Let the affair run its course? Or did she just postpone the inevitable? Well, no use in what ifs when children are being shot in the streets. This freaking monster.
何が貴族だ。何が公爵だ。
And after that horrifying display of atrocity, the episode ends with the queen lamenting the departure of her boy toy. As a galactic bitch, I can't watch a scene like this and not think of Reinhardt and Vicky. And with the duel in episode 12, you know where my brain went. I mean, y'all's brains are there too. I see it in your comments. But before we dive into the life or death business of the duel, let's give my boy Andre his props for his contribution to fashion.
ねえ、アンドレ、この色はどう？
私には飲みの色そっくりに見えます、王后陛下。
飲みの色ですって？トレビアン、それいただきましょう。
バカバカしい。何が飲みの色だ。
The dog's not pleased with Queen's moves. And he's right, but my girl has other thoughts.
アンドレ、今はそれを言うな。身をお飾りになることも、お芝居好きも、その寂しさを埋めるためのものだ。
My girl, there are less expensive ways to bury loneliness, like watching the Rose of Versailles. Anyway, the duel is decided one moment of negligence, my boy. One moment. And of course, Orleans tries something funny, but I said it before, I'll say it again. Bitch, you have no chance. My girl is sharp. She stays winning. Never thought I'd say this, but thank you, Marie. That was uncharacteristically wise of you. Now let's talk about Oscar and Andre's moment from the night before. I'm not adding clips. I'll have to chop it up and it'll be ruined. The scene's brilliant exactly because of those pauses and moments of silence. Andre is saying the softest things in the gentlest tone, sniffing around Oscar's defenses, nudging for an opening. And right when he's given up, leaving a tail between his legs, she responds.
いや、やっぱり怖い。 尊い命をやり取りせねばならんことに恐れを感じるのだ。
Every time I think, I can't love this girl anymore, she proves me wrong. And when she said, if I don't return, our treasure is yours, naming all the items and the one Andre forgot about. The Rose of Versailles has some epic action scenes, but we can all agree that nothing beats the Nana versus Andre showdowns. The one at the start of episode 13 was fire. Then our girl heads off on a trip, all smiles. I mean, who wouldn't be? Leaving that toxic workplace. But of course, my girl is not here to play, and neither is reality.
国全体が死にかけてるんだ。懐によると新しい王妃はひどく遊び好きだそうですね。貴族や僧侶がいい気になって民衆を苦しめる振る舞いをするのは全て王妃に原因があるのではないですか。
Well, it's kind of silly to think it's all her fault, Mr. Robespierre. Should I call you Mr. Monsieur? There's a plethora of other people at fault who are now safe from public scrutiny because she's getting all the heat. Sure, she could do better for herself and the people, but girlie keeps tripping up. I mean, this snake woman.
I don't trust her. I don't think she's a good person.
Then there's my girl blaming herself for being ignorant.
オスカル、お前というやつは一見氷のように冷ややかなくせに胸の中は炎のように燃え盛っている。俺はそんなお前が好きだ。
Confession? Confession? Nah, it probably means like as a bro. You dog. Moving on to episode 14. First of all, I gotta point out that Papa Georges hits Oscar so hard she lands on the floor. Not just a slap across the face, she's on the ground. Where you at, Mr. Robespierre? We need the reign of terror now. This episode marks the start of my girl Rosalie versus the Snake Woman's arc. I don't mean to sound bleak, but life's just cruel like that, isn't it? Just when you think you've caught a break, it throws the next shit at you. Then the whole floral dress thing got me stressed as heck. I thought for sure Rosalie was gonna mistake Mama Georges, the only unproblematic lady in Versailles, for that snake hoe. Are they gonna drag this misunderstanding out? Are you telling me my girls aren't gonna be friends? Thank goodness that didn't happen.
私が剣の使い方を教えてやろう。
Women empowerment, let's get it, girl! Now about episode 15.
女が夢中になるものといえば男か金。
Bombastic side eye.
Well, silly Girardel seems almost unproblematic compared to what goes down next. It was about time I said, what a fiasco. Not once, but twice. We got the pregnancy fiasco. Honestly, I don't care. Just another day of the queen digging her own grave. But this, I'm not forgiving the snake for doing this to Count Mercy. Then there was the gambling fiasco.
もちろん負けるのは王子様。おかげで毎晩すごい掛け金がポリニャク伯夫人の懐に転がり込むって寸法さ。
Justice for the dog and my girl, because all that shit got wrapped up at her expense. That episode left such a bitter taste. It could only be washed down with some quality girl-on-girl action. I'm not much of a YURI fan, more of a BL fan really. But hey, itadakimasu anyway.
It was delicious.
But you know, she was better off not having developed these feelings. Girlie had enough sadness to deal with already, and adding unrequited love to that was just too cruel. Then again, who in their right mind could resist Oscar, right? I was ready to go off about Charlotte's little tantrum at the party, but after what happened to her later, I can't. She was just a kid caught up in petty jealousy. That fan though, she had it coming. Good job, Rosalie. We also had Jean being her sneaky, snaky, slimy self. Nothing new there. Moving on to 17. I'd have said, what if Fiasco a third time if my girl hadn't stepped in? Looks like she also talked Rosalie out of revenge. And with that settled, settled, the focus shifts to finding her real mother and not getting murdered by her. Kinda bummed we didn't get to see Rosalie's swordswomanship. Turns out our good old Swedish ikemen got to play hero instead.
このデクナボーオスカル様の身代わりに男のお前が腕の一本や二本ちょん切られりゃよかったのに
I mean, I wish it was Andre. Anyhow, Fashion is back, looking good and feeling not so fine. Same here, hard to feel otherwise. When my girl's out here drinking alone at night, thinking, oh, they would make such a wonderful couple if they were allowed to date. But what about me? Is that alright with me? Girl.
盾ごとの銀の糸のように打ち震えていた
Ew.
神に定められたこの時がいつか来るのを予感しながら
Ew, not in front of my protein shake. And why are y'all crying wolf? Oh well, it's me. Can't say I have much sympathy for this. Episode 19, the traumatizing one, but also beautiful. It had this quiet kind of sorrow, letting the imagery do the heavy lifting instead of the usual dramatic effects. And that made it hit even harder. Then there's my girl Rosalie trying for revenge again, only to fail, because she's a freaking angel with a heart of gold and a cruel fate. Can the author please give her a break? Episode 20. Well, let's start with the good stuff. Looks like our main cast have all had the most glorious glow up, which gets me wondering, how much time has passed? I don't need the exact date using 2 calendars, if you know you know, but a little hint would be nice. I mean, look at Marie. Took me 20 episodes, but I finally get what everyone's been raving about. Fashien's always been gorgeous, the voice more so than the looks for me, but at this point he should just be banned. Andre, my goodness, the dog is glowing. He doesn't even need glitter from the production team. And of course, my girl Oscar, the fairest of them all. There's no way around this now, is there? My girl, why? Why did it have to be Fashion? Just like with Rosalie, Oscar didn't need this either. She already carried enough weight on her heart, enough for a lifetime. And the fact that she's involved with the two of them in this way, she's their messenger, confidant, protector of their honor, it's just beyond cruel. And of course, Marie is suffering too, but looks like she can afford to make light of her responsibilities, while Oscar is breaking her back trying to fulfill hers.
陛下の苦しいお気持ちもよくわかります。でも陛下にはお立場があります。やめろ、オスカル。愛し愛される者たちに何を言う?
You can hear her heart break into a million pieces when she says that. What is there to say to those who are in love? And what is there to say to a friend suffering because of it?
そんなに辛い恋になんでのめり込むんだ
My poor boy thinks he's less involved. Like he's at a safe distance. In the friend zone. I don't think it's true. This might be the one thing he's not clear on at this point. That nightmare from episode 8 is his sword of Damocles. I don't think it'll be as severe, but once a confrontation comes up between them, he'll know just how deep he's been in all along.
愛し愛されて何が辛い打ち明けることすらできない恋だってこの世には5万とあるんだ
This girl, I swear to God. She's like, you struck a nerve? We're taking it outside.
オスカル忘れちまえフェルゼンのことなんかいや忘れてほしいお願いだ
Is it silly of me to hope she'll get over glitter pants and notice the dog or the angel? You know what? It is the queen's fault after all. If she'd fallen for Oscar, she wouldn't be a tragic queen. Quite the opposite. She'd be a gay queen. Sorry, you guys, for not making any sense. It's all this show's fault. The other day, I was talking to my AI assistant. We were wrapping something up and he said, do you need anything else? I said, yes. Emotional support! Y'all, give this video a like, send it to that sadistic friend who'd enjoy watching a woman suffer. And as always, I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments and see you next time. Hopefully in better shape, or will it get even more tragic?